I am Kesten Rono, and you are here for day 12 of our exploration in A Course in Miracles. Thank you so much for being here, for returning. We're into double digits now, and we are well, I believe, on our way into relaxing the idea that our perception of the past is what is clouding our present. And in order to achieve presence and some prerequisite of finding nothingness in our thoughts in order so that we can have true sight into the flow of love, into miracles, back into love, we are relaxing our hold on how we've come to see the world. And we're trying on an idea, a new perspective, something we do not understand, taking a step for the sake of the step, releasing timing and expectation, freeing ourselves from worry, finding relaxation and peace, all blessings, all things that all people should come into contact with. So we can shape our surroundings with more awareness and more ease, especially at a time where there's so much dis-ease. So thank you for being here. Yesterday, we were invited to consider prayer. I don't know if you prayed at all. I did when I went to sleep, and when I woke up, just prayers of gratitude for even being in a position to try these ideas on. We were learning that prayer is the medium of miracles. It's how we communicate with the Creator. And through prayer, love is received. And through miracles, love is expressed. Some cycle, some reciprocal flow, some hint of abundance through love. Today, we'll take on a new principle. Principle 12. Miracles are thoughts. So, miracles are thoughts. And through miracles, love is expressed. That's what we learned yesterday. It's funny, all this talk about miracles since day 2, we learned that miracles do not matter. It's their source that matters, the source being love, and all love being expressed maximally. Even if we feel that sometimes love perhaps is clouded or not full. But here we're allowing ourselves to accept an idea that possibly everyone is doing the best with whatever they've come to experience thus far. And everyone around us, including ourselves, likely being clouded by however we've chosen to see the past and whatever has happened to us over a period of time. So here we're relaxing our minds, relaxing the meaning of everything we see around us and everything we feel. And there's been a lot of conversation about thoughts so far, mostly that, well, as we learned yesterday, a very valuable lesson. In our exercise, we learned that it seems as though the world around us is shaping our perception. But we were introduced to an idea that our thoughts actually shape our perception, that we're reversing some law on reality in order to enter into this flow of miracles, and that thoughts actually are the key, but we have not really ever had true thoughts. Our thoughts, again, being charged by our experiences of the past and our emotions related to them. So, relaxing ourselves into the idea today that with love, miracles are thoughts. Thoughts can represent the lower or bodily level of experience, or the higher or spiritual level of experience. One makes the physical, and the other creates the spiritual. Miracles are thoughts. Thoughts can represent the lower or bodily level of experience, or the higher or spiritual level of experience. One makes the physical, and the other creates the spiritual. There's nothing in here about what kind of thoughts we should be having. It's not really saying our thoughts should be about a higher or spiritual level, or that they should be about a body lower level. But they make up our experience. both on a physical and spiritual plane. So I suppose we'll take today's principle just at face value that miracles are thoughts, continuing to build on the idea that through miracles, love is expressed. And if miracles are thoughts, then through our thoughts, whether they be bodily or spiritual, through our thoughts, love is expressed. So very interesting concepts here. Relaxing ourselves into some kind of subconscious, habitual, involuntary experience of miracles, and yet we're doing something very conscious here. With each exercise, releasing our hold on our particular thoughts, registering that we've assigned all the meaning that we can to them, that they do not mean anything, these thoughts, and my thoughts do not mean anything, and I do not understand them. So releasing our hold on thoughts with some kind of specificity and conscious effort to enter into a subconscious involuntary flow of love. And in this experience, somehow, we are still engaging with our thoughts, but once it sounds like we enter into a more present reality with awareness of our thoughts, we are being reminded that once we get there, we will be absolutely sure that we have found release into the present. So miracles are thoughts. Whether we are controlling these thoughts or not, the previous lessons would suggest that they are not under conscious control. So something very delicate here, something very specific for sure to consider, where maybe settling into the presence is somehow relinquishing our mandate over our thoughts. But at least so far, it sounds like our thoughts of the past and believing that that is the makeup of our present, that the experience around us is creating what our present reality is a trick, some kind of prison, some kind of cage that we've entered into on accident through some kind of expectation of how we believe we should be or what we believe is possible. So we are relaxing ourselves without knowing what the heck is even going on. We're not here to already understand, we're here to practice. And so we will practice that there is some kind of space that we can be in where our thoughts are pure in the present, where we are in communication through love with the Creator. And if the Creator is God, that He is directing us with specificity to accept this natural flow of love into life, into healing, and to relinquish control over our thoughts, over the allocation of what should or should not be a miracle, because they should be happening all the time. And if they're not, something has gone wrong. So today, we accept the idea that miracles are thoughts. And I look forward to discovering the power that suggests, while also not looking to harness this power for any kind of spectacle, just to enter into whatever is the power of this idea. Lesson 12. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. So yesterday we were saying my meaningless thoughts are showing me a meaningless world. We were saying this with our eyes closed, allowing the idea to settle. And then we pop our eyes open and we look around, giving us an opportunity to see, wait, I've assigned meaning to everything around me. And that my thoughts are actually meaningless, which means that they're showing me a meaningless world. An interesting concept. I'm curious how it settled for you. But today, we're going to move on to an idea that I am upset because I see a meaningless world. Now, we've already explored our upsets. We've come to accept the idea that our upsets are all equal. And we've tried to identify their sources. Again, I think relaxing the idea about where these upsets come from. And if we are upset, well, most likely when you were considering something, I would imagine that you're upset with somewhere in the past, indicating that we have been living in the past and we're carrying some idea of upset, something that we've done or something that someone has done to us, we believe, and that is shaping what we are experiencing in the future, including the emotional charge that we have within us. And all stress being cumulative, it's not even a foreign concept. We are creating some kind of dis-ease within us, and how that manifests in our body, in our mind, in our health, in our mood, in our momentum, in our energy, and how we interact with other people is going to be different for everybody. So let's read the text here. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. The importance of this idea lies in the fact that it contains a correction for a major perceptual distortion. Okay. So this idea, I am upset because I see a meaningless world, is going to help us correct some major perceptual distortion, meaning we've been perceiving something totally incorrect, a huge violation on the opportunity to settle into the present. And so saying something like, I am upset because I see a meaningless world, is going to give us an opportunity to start correcting that misconception. You think that what upsets you is a frightening world, or a sad world, or a violent world, or an insane world. All these attributes are given it by you. The world is meaningless in itself. Certainly, whether we are on social media, or the news, or just listening to a friend, or looking around, I would say that it's very possible to feel sad or see violence or recognize some kind of an insanity relative to what we believe. And yet this book is saying that all these attributes are given it by you, meaning we are applying these ideas to the world, even if we want to say that someone else is doing them. The world is meaningless in itself. I think this is a powerful concept. It sounds scary in the beginning because if it's meaningless, what is the point? But I don't think that's actually what's being said here. I think that the idea that something is meaningless, or if I say that this is exciting, we normally would associate exciting with positive. Wow, this is so exciting. Thank you so much. But activity in itself is exciting. It's movement, it's energy. And what we choose to associate with that excitement or that meaningless is up to us. We choose how to view things as positive or negative. And of course, there are certain ideas where that becomes very, very challenging, or so it would seem. Or perhaps it is maybe just new, and we're exploring the idea that we are investing ourselves in something we do not understand. And just like anything we haven't understood, or anything that was new that we ever took on, some kind of subject or a sport, a new hobby, a new skill or task for a job. Of course it was new in the beginning. It had no meaning in the beginning. We were assigning meaning to it as we interacted with it. And we were choosing to see that as good or bad or easy or hard. Or perhaps we were believing that it was good or bad or easy or hard as it unfolded in front of us. But we have the ability to assign our own meaning through our thoughts, which today's principle would suggest is a miracle. So may we love the idea that the world is meaningless in itself. These exercises are done with eyes open. Look around you, this time quite slowly. Try to pace yourself so that the slow shifting of your glance from one thing to another involves a fairly constant time interval. Do not allow the time of the shift to become markedly longer or shorter, but try instead to keep a measured, even tempo throughout. What you see does not matter. You teach yourself that as you give whatever your glance rests on equal attention and equal time. This is a beginning step in learning to give them all equal value. We are at the very beginning of some kind of journey. With confines of this book, we're on day 12 of 365. It's just January if you're joining me here in 2026. And we plan to take one step each day. So it's okay. This is a beginning step in learning to give everything around us equal value. So we will be practicing, and you can try it right now. Let's just take a couple seconds and look around. Our task here being to just move with even tempo across any item and attempt not to bounce from one item to another, moving faster or slower between those items. So let's take a little breath. Exhale, relaxed. Let's just look around smoothly, calmly. I admit that's new, seemingly challenging to be new. I didn't realize how much my brain might try to divide every little thing rather than every big thing. Perhaps you noticed something similar. As I look across, how could I look at one item without jumping to another? And how do I decide if I want to look at something close or far, small or big? Definitely something to relax into. As you look about, say to yourself, I think I see a fearful world, a dangerous world, a hostile world, a sad world, a wicked world, a crazy world, and so on, using whatever descriptive terms happen to occur to you. Please look around slowly. Let me read to you and let the ideas settle. You can practice moving evenly across objects slowly. One breath in. Exhale with ease. And please look around your environment. You think you see a fearful world, a dangerous world, a hostile world, a sad world. You think you see a wicked world, a crazy world, a violent world. You think you see a frightening world, a violent world, an insane world. Do you? If terms which seem positive rather than negative occur to you, include them. For example, you might think of a good world or a satisfying world. If such terms occur to you, use them along with the rest. You may not understand why these nice, this in quotes here, nice adjectives belong in these exercises, but remember that a good world implies a bad one, and a satisfying world implies an unsatisfying one. All terms which cross your mind are suitable subjects for today's exercise. Their seeming quality does not matter. Very interesting. Remember, the lesson today is I am upset because I see a meaningless world. And it started out by, I suppose, asking us to recognize the upsets or our perception of the world around us and what upsets us about it. But I like this idea that if there's a yin, there's a yang. If there's an up, there's a down. Or there exists a left because a right exists. It's already alluding to the idea that all of these ideas have equal weight. And maybe part of that idea is the counterbalance of the fact that a satisfying world reveals an unsatisfying one, and an unsatisfying one must be revealing a satisfying one. I like to think that perhaps if you found yourself sad, and the deeper you fell into sadness, well, that would suggest the further of an opportunity you have to rise into happiness, if we see that as the opposite of sadness. And if there is such a pit of sadness and despair, then after we've reached the equilibrium of the center, couldn't we not believe that there is an equal height, so to speak, of happiness, elation, peace? Be sure that you do not alter the time intervals between applying today's idea to what you think is pleasant and what you think is unpleasant. For the purposes of these exercises, there is no difference between them. At the end of the practice period, add, "But I am upset because I see a meaningless world." Again, I believe the idea here is that meaningless doesn't mean meaningless in the sense that we assumed it does, that you're probably associating it with. But I think you can also logically understand that meaningless is more like blank. Again, we are trying to recognize that our mind is a blank, as we've heard in the past. Let's move on. What is meaningless is neither good nor bad. What is meaningless is neither good nor bad. Why then should a meaningless world upset you? If you could accept the world as meaningless and let the truth be written upon it for you, it would make you indescribably happy. We're again being pointed towards our goal. Yesterday, I believe we were hearing that our goal was freedom from worry. And this freedom from worry is again being described that if we can accept the world as meaningless and let truth be written upon it for you, it would make you indescribably happy, discovering happiness, so to speak, on the other side of meaningless. But because it is meaningless, you are impelled to write upon it what you would have it be. But because it is meaningless, you are impelled to write upon it what you would have it be. It is this you see in it. It is this that is meaningless in truth. Beneath your words is written the word of God. The truth upsets you now, but when your words have been erased, you will see His. That is the ultimate purpose of these exercises. Wow. The final goal revealed on day 12. The ultimate purpose of all of these exercises, because it's not just alluding to today, the ultimate purpose of these exercises is to erase the words, what we believe is the truth that we have written upon the world, and see God's. And to see God's. I like to pause here and go back to one of our earlier principles. All miracles mean life, and God is the giver of life. His voice, capital V, His voice will direct you very specifically. You will be told all you need to know. All miracles mean life, and God is the giver of life. So God gives us life. We get life through miracles. Miracles are thoughts. And through miracles, love is expressed. Love is the source of miracles, and all love is expressed maximally. So what are we saying here? We are on a quest to rid our mind of the thoughts that we have written upon the world. We believe these thoughts are de facto truth, and we cling to them for meaning, but they upset us. They upset us. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. We want to find meaning in the world, and the meaning, the truth. Ultimately, we love truth. Why do we love truth? Because truth is. Truth does not require further energy. Truth is transparency. Truth lays all bare and provides the opportunity for communication and forgiveness. And on the other side of forgiveness is love and a clear mind and an opportunity to begin again. Truth is what we are here for. Abundance, truth, and love. And you are worthy of discovering abundance, truth, and love. You are powerful. You have the opportunity to allow yourself to relax your old ideas, your own color on the world, your own voice speaking over God's voice, assigning a truth that creates upsets. But when we discover real truth, when we have that aha moment, it's so exciting. I have the truth right here. It's exciting. It's exciting in its purest form of excitement in the sense that we are happy. We create all this technology for ease, and it has trade-offs. But no doubt, this community and creativity breeds technology. And these technologies create convenience. They streamline our efforts, and like water, we're looking for the path of least resistance. Well, the truest path of least resistance would be to set aside our ideas and let God's voice of truth come forward. Again, what would be the threat of feeling so full, of understanding some kind of truth that allows us to look around the world with excitement, with ease, the opposite of dis-ease, to have freedom from worry. The ultimate purpose of these exercises is to erase our words that we assign to the world, to remove the truth that upsets us, and to see God's words, to hear His voice. His voice gives us life. His voice is a miracle, and all His voice is offering is more love. More love. Are you scared of love? If you are scared of love, dare I say that that is you consciously attempting to control what is this cycle of miracles and why you might be here in the first place. If you are scared of love, dare I say that you are attempting to create a truth which need not be there. What could be so scary about knowing the truth? I suppose that it requires that we change. And if we change, by definition, we will not be the same. But isn't that why we're here? Isn't that why we try anything at all? To become something, to see something different than we ever have. The truth upsets you now, but when your words have been erased, you will see His. That is the ultimate purpose of these exercises. 3 or 4 times is enough for practicing the idea for today. Nor should the practice periods exceed a minute. You may find even this is too long. Terminate the exercises whenever you experience a sense of strain. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. I think I see a busy world. I think I see a distracted world. I think I see a troubled world. I think I see a painful world. I think I see a sick world. I think I see a beautiful world. I think I see a healing world. I think I see a vibrant world. I think I see a sorrowful world. And I think I see an awesome world. I am upset because I see a meaningless world. What is meaningless is neither good nor bad. Why then should a meaningless world upset you? If you could accept the world as meaningless and let the truth be written upon it for you, it would make you indescribably happy. Are you willing to accept the world as meaningless and let truth be written upon it for you? Forget how. Forget how. This is the very first step of changing something grand. Our entire perspective on how we see and feel and what we have the opportunity to share. So please, 3 or 4 times, for no more than 1 minute, calmly, smoothly, survey your environment and allow yourself to simply say, I think I see a blank world. Whether you assign the term as positive or negative does not matter. Allow the pace at which you look and the pace at which you speak to be uniformly smooth. And when you're done, simply say, I am upset because I see a meaningless world. You are upset because you see a meaningless world. Beneath your words is written the word of God. The truth upsets you now, but when your words have been erased, you will see his. In prayer, I say, thank you, Creator, for the opportunity to be here at all, for the opportunity to have defined what I believe is important to me, and for the opportunity to be asked to release those definitions. I am willing to see the world as meaningless and to relax the hold I have placed upon the items and ideas around me. I understand that I am looking for truth, seeking its safety, and giving up my own sovereignty in the process. I would like to experience the excitement that comes from the truth being written upon the world around me. And today I recognize that I am upset because I see a meaningless world. I am Kesten Rono, and you are doing fantastic. Thank you so much for continuing this journey with me, and I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow for day 13 of our exploration in A Course in Miracles. Be well.